Good morning and welcome to Penny's podcast. It's Monday, September 15, 2014. Today we're at New Horizons High School that opened in 2006, and we're going to visit with the new principal, Mrs. Barb Hatcher.
Yes, Mr. Penny.
Hello, Miss Jones. How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Good. Mrs. Bryant and I would like to come and visit New Horizons High School.
Absolutely. Come on in.
Thank you. I want to thank Mrs. Hatcher for having us today. This is Barb Hatcher, our new principal here at New Horizons High School. Mrs. Hatcher, how long have you been in education and an employee of the Lincoln County R3 School District?
This is my 15th year in education, and this is year 12 at Lincoln County R3.
Wonderful. And what interested you the most in coming to New Horizons as a principal?
Well, I have a big passion for helping at-risk kids. I think everybody deserves a second chance. A lot of us have difficult upbringings or needs, and sometimes we just don't fit into that regular high school setting.
Yeah.
So I want to be a part of helping those kids be successful.
Good. You know, I refer to New Horizons sometimes as the best kept secret in our district, and I think it's no longer a secret. Last year we graduated 65 students. What does our numbers look like for this year for graduation 2015?
Well, we're looking at around 50 that are on target, and that we may get a few more in January, as some of our students will be finishing up in December.
That's great. Our Board of Education and myself certainly look at the graduation rate and the dropout rate, and I think this year's graduation rate is 93% of four-year cohort, and our dropout rate is 1.4%, and that's the lowest number that I've seen in many times, but it's still not where I want it to be. I want it to be zero. What are your thoughts on the dropout rate and graduation rate?
I agree, and we've been looking at those drops from previous years and trying to recover those students. Mrs. Gregory and I have worked on contacting those kids, either working them into our program or our Missouri Options program, and try to find somewhere where they can fit and be successful.
Yeah, there's really no excuse for that, because Missouri Options could be a great fit for somebody. We have a flexible schedule here at New Horizons High School. Wonderful staff.
Well, both of Mr. Walker's art classes helped tremendously in the design, doing the painting, the reusable panels that we use. We also had, the first 2 weeks of school, we had whole group discussions on what we wanted our theme to be. And then we voted on how we wanted to go.
That's great.
So we really made it a whole school effort. And then Saturday we had, I think, 12 or 15 actually show up and walk in the parade. And it was really tremendous to see their pride in their school. And like you said, for some of these kids, that's the first time that they've ever had that or experienced that.
You know, so many times I hear stories that it's the children that are the young people that have graduated. They could be one of the first in their family to graduate from high school, and so this is not just about there's something bigger than just numbers on graduation rate numbers and dropout numbers. So, Ms. Hatcher, I just want to thank you for being our special guest today, and we're on the road today at New Horizons High School. If you have not been to this school, whether you be a parent, staff member, community member, you are shortchanging yourself, and you need to come visit New Horizons High School. I'm sure it's an open invitation.
Yes.
Because I know the Chamber of Commerce has gotten involved. We've had job fairs here at New Horizons. We've had graduation picture makeovers. You know, just a lot. Bright Futures was here last year. Just a lot of really good success stories. We're here at the Lincoln County R3 Department of Transportation with Mr. Albert Wiss. Albert is our transportation coordinator and a new employee here in the Lincoln County R3 School District. Mr. Wiss, talk about some of your roles and responsibilities here at R3.
Okay. Kind of the main role is I work with the drivers, making sure the routes are running efficiently. On the routes that I deal with, Dana Ray does like the special ed and deals with those drivers to make sure they run efficiently. You know, some of the goals that we try to keep in mind is to try to keep kids on the bus no longer 50 minutes. Sometimes that's hard to do when you get out where I live, past Hall Point, and different things like that. But you know, that's a goal that we strive for. We also look at the number of kids on a bus. The county itself covers like 640 square miles. The R3 school district covers like 238 of that, almost 40% of the county. You know, we cover and stuff. We do have, like you mentioned, 87 buses. Last year alone, we ran 1.1 million miles. So, you know, covering that 238 square miles, there's a lot of driving going on there. I think there's about 6,500 students in the district. on like an AM route, we transport like 56 or 4,600 of them. When that gets done between shuttles to like the ninth grade center to the, elementary routes, if there's, special needs students, we transport them from different schools. We shuttle about another 1,000 kids.
Wow.
So.
Well, Mr. Swiss, welcome to the team. You did
Thank
a
you.
great job.
Appreciate it.
If you get a chance, please come down to R3 Dot and visit with Dana, with Jessica, and with Angie and Albert. They'll take care of anything you need. Thank you.
So the tech tip that we wanted to share with you today is a free app from Scholastic called Storia, and this can go on your tablet, and you can order books through the Scholastic Book Club or Scholastic Reading Club, and there are books starting from pre-K all the way up through high school. The ones that we get are normally $3 to $4, so they're very affordable. A lot of the books will read to you, and they have noises, animation that goes along with them, so the kids can practice their fluency, their expression.
The annual performance report was released by the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, and we received a 90% out of a possible 100. Last year was 88.9, so we are up 1.1%. Certainly our goal is to be at 100%, and you get that through the 90% is through graduation rate, attendance, student scores on the Missouri Assessment Program, and the end of course exams. Now this year, something new, all juniors will take the ACT. College and career readiness is part of that annual performance report. So yeah, we're not dissatisfied with the 90%, but we're certainly unsatisfied that we feel like that our district can reach that 100% goal. So always striving to be the best, and certainly being premier district in the state is part of that annual performance report. Well, the Board of Education and my cabinet had a chance to visit last Tuesday at a workshop as we prepare the final budget for the 2014-15 school year, and that will be done at the school board meeting tomorrow night, September the 16th. And last year's budget, we ended at almost a 32% fund balance, which was a very strong fund balance, but in order to be able to open up the second middle school, the board wanted to have enough operating money to be able to do that, and also offer an increase in salary for staff, and to pick up the 8% health insurance increase that was through United Healthcare for this year. So we're looking at a projection depending on state revenue, and that picture certainly changed last week as the governor released $100 million to kindergarten through 12th grade public schools. So, but exactly what does that $100 million mean for R3? The numbers aren't here yet, so we'll know that. But we certainly are going to be deficit spending this year to spend down some of those fund balances. But we're adding staff to the existing middle school. We added 4 certified teaching positions so that we can get that into the budget for this year, next year, and then when the middle school opens in 2016, that staff expense will already be there. Our $60 million budget, 77% of that is staff salaries, benefits, and paying down the debt regarding our the general obligation bonds that we owe. We owe approximately $48 million of all the schools that have been built here in the last 10 years. We certainly are still paying on those, and so that's a huge portion of our budget. 23% then for supplies, other needs throughout the district, construction, other equipment, other things like that are part of that budget. That 77% is very similar in many other school districts as well. Usually the number's around 70%, but at 7% is probably your debt service. So some districts don't have the debt service like that we have because of the amount of schools that we've had to build because of our growth. And of course our assessed valuation had increased, and that certainly was good news to be able to the 77% number I talked about. Many of that, more than half of that comes from local dollars, and the other half comes from state. So, but we are a very state dependent district, there's no doubt about that, because of our tax base is pretty much on the residential side. We of course need more commercial growth in our school system.
It's time to give a shout out because we're so proud of you. We're happy that you work for us and hope that you are too.
Today's shout out goes to Julie Grillion and Greg Fisher. Thank you so much, Troy Buchanan High School Student Council, for the wonderful homecoming parade that we had last Saturday. And I want to thank all the schools for their participation. The student pride was overwhelming. And just to see each of you as an administrator, as a teacher, or as a student, staff member, we just want to say thank you for being involved in a wonderful homecoming festivity, and can't wait for next year. Today's other shout out goes to the Lincoln County R3 Alumni Committee and the Education Foundation. I want to thank them for the Alumni Bash. And remember, Lincoln County R3, what are you doing to make us the premier school district in the state of Missouri?
I found love is making the music with my friend, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again, going places that I've never been, seeing things that I may never see again, and I can't